Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Valkyria Chronicles, with me, Get Daved. Last time we got a tank. We used it to blow up a different tank, which they used to destroy this windmill.
2 hours after the first shots were fired, Brule was under Imperial control. Though a mere skirmish by Empire standards, the raid on Brule would mark Welkin Gunther's first taste of battle and begin his rise to a Gallian hero.
I like how there's like leather straps holding it together in spots.
Alicia.
I thought I would be ready for this. I knew war meant this might happen. It hurts. Seeing my town overrun like this, seeing all those people killed, it's just not right. How could all this happen? It isn't human, Welkin.
We look at those birds and see how wild and free they are. But they all have their own territories. If anything threatens their home, they'll risk their lives to defend it. People are animals too. We do what we have to, when we have to. Animals are in a constant struggle to stay alive, but I've also seen them help each other, almost like they were cooperating in order to survive.
Cooperating?
That's why I'm so into studying natural science. That coexistence. I want to know how it works. If we could figure that out, mankind could put it to use for our own survival. That's why I want to be a teacher, so that I can pass that knowledge on to the children. I mean, even if we can't completely eliminate war, at least we might learn to live together as one people.
You think so?
Welks, look. Martha fell asleep, so that makes me the babysitter. See, Alicia?
Oh, he's adorable.
Just like you said, even in war, new life happens all around us. Come here. Look, that's your hometown.
Oh, that'll comfort him.
Someday, we'll come back home again.
Yes. Someday soon. I know it.
That's your hometown. And then the air, the smell of cordite.
Chapter 3. Vassal Urban Warfare.
Urbane warfare, here we go.
In March of 1935, the Empire began its invasion across Gallia's eastern border.
Okay, so Brule was right at the edge. It looks like the capital is a long ways off.
Maximilian, commander of the Gallian invasion front, built his army around mobile armor. Ghirlandaio and the other fortresses along the border fell to his tanks in quick succession. Brule's fall in under 2 hours was typical of villages in the Empire's path, and the road to the capital bore a steady flow of refugees.
Well, good news, everyone.
Randgries, Gallia's capital.
We got there.
A town secure and stable since ancient times. Within its walls stood the castle Randgries, and within its unicorn spire resided Cordelia, Gallia's princess.
Sounds very ideal.
Supporting Gallia's policy of neutrality was a system of universal conscription.
It seems at odds with neutrality.
Under it, all schools required military training each year. In the event of a war, citizens were then drafted into the militia to defend their country. As the conflict with the East grew worse, both Welkin and Alicia found themselves no exceptions to that fate.
Well, If Welkin becomes an officer, he'll be a teacher of sorts.
So these are my new digs.
Looks like you're doing okay.
Oh, my uniform. I should get changed before reporting in. Better get ready now.
Kinda liked his old outfit.
Flares, binoculars, a compass, and a map.
You're ready for war.
Everything you need for a nice hike. Or combat.
You take flares hiking?
Can I come in?
Sure, it's open.
That changed with the door open.
Oh, you're already changed too. Let's see. Not bad, not bad. You look good, actually. So, how about me? Do I look all right in this? Convincing?
The tie is a weird touch.
Let's take a look. Yeah, you look fine. You wear it like a pro.
Really? You're not just saying that?
Of course not. You look tough. I like it.
Oh, good. I was worried it looked kind of silly.
No way. That plating on the back, it's like a coleopterate exoskeleton. Beetle-tastic.
Pretty cool thing to say, Welkin.
Colio what? And did you just say beetle? Well,
Whoops.
what kind of girl wants to hear that she looks like a bug?
Huh? Not just any bug. A rhinoceros beetle. King of the insects. Who wouldn't want that?
Oh, she's gonna take your lunch money.
Uh-huh. I guess I'll just try to take that as a very Welkin sort of compliment.
Tell me about that scarf. You've been wearing it since I met you.
Oh, this? It's part of my uniform from the bakery.
Is that right?
I don't want to forget the time I spent busting my buns baking.
Ba-doom-tsh.
I plan to keep wearing it until I can get back to manning the ovens again.
That is a very attainable goal.
That's great. Once you do, I'll be first in line to get some of that bread.
Is that a promise? Well, I'll be sure to have plenty of it ready and waiting for you.
Absolutely. Hey, if you're ready, we should probably go see the captain now.
Oh, yeah, I guess Welkin won't be really in command anymore. Squad 7 is born. I believe this is
Come in.
where things open up a
Excuse me,
bit.
ma'am. Galleon Militia Enlistee Welkin Gunther, reporting for duty.
Ma'am, Galleon Militia Enlistee Alicia Melchiot, also reporting for duty.
What he said.
I'm Captain Eleanor Varrot, commander of this regiment.
You seem laid back.
Gunther, you're promoted to lieutenant. You'll be leader of Squad 7 now.
Ma'am.
Enlistee Melchiot, you're promoted to sergeant. You'll be under the lieutenant's command. Understood?
Ma'am!
What do you know? It is you. Nice coincidence, huh, Welkin?
Who is this
Told
jerk?
you? I had no idea that you'd enlisted.
Yeah. Now that there's a real war going on, I joined up. Pretty much all the officer and training boys are here just like you.
You know each other.
Yes, ma'am. We knew each other at university. Welkin was in science and I was in archaeology.
Oh, in that case, Faldio, you're demoted.
Just look at us now. No archaeology or science.
Just
looks like the
cold,
two
hard
of us are
killing.
studying war, I guess.
Looks that way. It's good to see you.
And you.
That'll be all for now. There's a strategy briefing later today, but you still have time. Time for you to catch up. You'll be spending a lot of time on the post and in Randbreeze. They'll be your new home, so get to know them. That'll be all. Report back in time for the briefing. Until then, you're dismissed.
Salute, Faldio. Come on. All right. We have exp and we have train units. Interesting. Return to book mode. I love it. So different units. We have a couple. I don't know what a Lancer is, but I believe we saw them in the cutscenes at the beginning. The guys holding lances that shot rockets out of them. So I think this is our anti-tank unit. Our shock trooper, it will be nice to have one of those. Okay, now we can see the lower range of shock troopers. Man, I wish I'd known about that. So these two like each other. Interesting. Okay, so he's hard to kill. Good to know. She doesn't like the sands. She can charge in pretty well. Okay, and we want to group her with another shock trooper. Boy, this seems, Okay, so we want her on dirt. I think I will not be paying too close attention to a lot of these. Oh, and there's other abilities they can learn, maybe? Okay, so drive the tank over nature so Welkin can be happy, and then surround him with enemies. Got it. Alright, we've learned about our people a little bit.
It's good to see you doing the rounds. Welcome.
Hello.
This is the command room. Use it to structure your squad. You will have access to both drafted and volunteer recruits.
Okay.
Now that I think of it, Squad 7 is still short on soldiers, isn't it? I'll explain how this works.
Yeah, a bunch of guys retreated before.
This is the master list. The recruits have all been assigned classes based on their talents. I should probably touch on the 5 classes, just so we're clear. First off, you have the scouts. Just like the name suggests, they'll be your eyes.
Alicia.
Their best asset is their mobility. They can go out, collect intel, then make it back safely. That, and a keen eye for enemies. A good scout can spot a man in tall grass from 100 yards.
Interesting.
That comes at the price of firepower. Their job is spotting enemies, not taking them out. Next up, the shock trooper. They're the ones to break through enemy lines and clean up. They offer excellent offense and defense. As far as combat goes, they're as good as it gets.
Yeah, they seems pretty tough.
While they lack any specialized techniques, they also don't have any obvious shortcomings.
Okay, so they're the blunt instrument.
Think of them as the least finicky unit in your squad, Lieutenant. After them, we have Lancers, then anti-tank units. They're critical when facing armored targets. Their purpose is pretty self-explanatory. In most cases, they're the only way to stop a tank.
What about our tank?
They're also well shielded from explosives, which conveniently includes tank mortars.
Got it. One-on-one against a tank.
Sadly, they're slow and weak to gunfire. Their limited ammo could also be called a drawback. Changing gears, we have the engineers. They handle supplies and perform combat support.
Interesting.
They can restock other units' ammunitions, treat the wounded, even repair tanks on site.
Interesting.
They
We
can
should probably
place
have at least
sandbags
one.
for cover, disarm mines, repair towers, you name it. Their actual combat skills are very low. Think of them as combat facilitators.
Alright, one-on-one against
Lastly,
a tank.
we have the snipers. They can shoot down targets from a considerable distance. You won't find better soldiers for marksmanship and range. They can hit targets I can barely see.
Well, you do have glasses.
Sniping rifles also come with scopes that work to augment a sniper's natural eyesight. Drawbacks include low mobility and defense. If the enemy gets them alone, they're done for.
Interesting.
That should cover the basics. Go ahead and put a squad together now. There's room for 20, and you can swap units at any time.
I get the feeling this will require some bookkeeping. Fancies women. Too much? Okay, in the good way. Like constantly showing off, keeping his mind outside of the battle. Doesn't like being in... Okay. Okay, we can have 20. There's 5 different classes. Sounds like we're getting 4 from each. So let's go check out the ones we don't have a lot of first. Whoa, only 2 snipers? Interesting. Alright, what can we learn? Wow, okay. Oscar seems like a very good sniper.
Hey, I'm Oscar Baylor. Thanks for taking me on board.
How old are you? Okay. Does not seem as good, but we'll take her anyway.
Marina Wolfston, at your command.
Okay, we've got someone who already likes Alicia. That's important. She's probably my go-to scout. Fancies women and a man-hater. That actually may complicate things, as there will be men in the army. Let's just double check what this means. Oh, that sounds like it'll take... Actually, you know what? That won't matter too much. She's an engineer. Still, ideally I'd like to get some that have less debilitating problems than hating half of my army, including the commander. Fatalist. That could be good. Oh. That's okay. Okay, I like the sound of Mr. Herbert Nielsen here.
Herbert Nielsen is me. I mean, yeah, I'll try.
Okay, not an encouraging sign. We've got a metalhead. He's an engineer, so I don't think lonely will be a problem.
My name's Carl Lanzett, sir. It's a pleasure to join you.
Not as much a fan of you either. Darks and Bond. Okay, that would include a... Oh no, Sarah. I'm so worried about pollen allergy. I'm not sure about her, City Kid and Shut-In, okay. Upping defense. One hold up in camp. Okay. Let's see what else we deal with. Pollen allergy again. Darks and Hater. Probably going to be an issue. There we go. Metal allergy. That's okay, you'll be blowing those up. And Born Leader. Is that good? That's working for me.
My name's Hector Calvi, sir. I'm at your service from today on.
Right on. You know what? This may take a while. I'll gloss over the results later. and we'll get into some action in the next episode, I expect, or we'll at least continue the tutorial and then get into it. So I'm going to cut this one off here. I'll try figuring out how I want all the units to mesh, and I'll see you in the next episode.